Ladies and gentlemen, today we address a crucial topic for anyone who seeks to truly rise above mediocrity and achieve greatness. Too many individuals today are content with staying in their comfort zones, focusing on the easiest path, and surrounding themselves with people who only reinforce their weaknesses. But if you want to succeed at the highest level, if you want to break free from the chains of complacency and achieve the unimaginable, you need to surround yourself with strength, not weakness. Weak people drag you down. They infect your ambition, kill your passion, and slow you to a crawl. We need to understand this fundamental truth. Avoid weak people at all costs. Now, let me tell you exactly why this is a matter of life and death for your success. Weak people will drain your energy and momentum. In the pursuit of success, energy and momentum are your most precious assets. Every day you wake up with a finite amount of energy. Your brain and body are designed to work in overdrive, but only if you are focused on what matters most and surrounded by people who keep you moving forward. Weak people, whether in business, relationships, or any other area of life, will constantly siphon off this precious energy. They complain, they gossip, they doubt, and they fail to act. These people have no clear vision, and they have no desire to push themselves beyond their current circumstances. They will waste your time with their negativity, their excuses, and their unproductive behaviors. They will drain your enthusiasm until you're left questioning your own goals. When you're trying to build something extraordinary, it is crucial to stay focused. Imagine you are running a race. In this race, your competitors are the challenges and the hurdles that are constantly being thrown at you by life, business, or your personal journey. The last thing you need is someone holding you back. Someone whose pessimism makes every challenge look like an insurmountable mountain. Weak people bring that pessimism. They make you question whether it's worth running the race at all. And every moment you spend listening to them or engaging with them is a moment you lose in your pursuit of success. Time is the only commodity you can never get back. And weak people will waste it like it's a resource that regenerates. The key here is understanding the power of energy transfer. Positive energy from people who are driven, who believe in something larger than themselves, is contagious. You can feel it when you're around people who have a clear sense of purpose and action. On the other hand, negative energy is equally contagious. It's like a virus. The longer you stay around weak people, the more their defeatist attitude seeps into your psyche. And before long, you're second-guessing your decisions, hesitating when you should be acting, and letting opportunities slip by. Weak people make you second-guess your decisions. And when you start doubting yourself, you stall. You cannot afford to stall. So don't just avoid them, actively distance yourself. You cannot be a champion surrounded by losers. Cut ties with people who drag you down. If you want to rise, you need the energy to climb, and that means getting rid of the dead weight that's keeping you in the pit. Weak people will not challenge you to be your best. If you surround yourself with weak people, they will never push you. They will never challenge you. They will never hold you to the higher standard you need to rise above mediocrity. They are too comfortable in their own limitations to inspire you to push past yours. Success requires a constant drive to be better, stronger, faster, and more disciplined than you were yesterday. Weak people are content to remain they'll tell you it's fine to take shortcuts. They'll say, that's enough for now, or don't work too hard, you deserve a break. But if you take their advice, you'll find yourself stagnating in the same place, making excuses and rationalizing your mediocrity. You see, success requires confrontation, and not just with the world, but with your own limitations, your weaknesses, your failures, your fears. They must all be faced. You need people around you who will call you out when you're slacking, who will tell you when you're being lazy, who will remind you that the pursuit of excellence requires a relentless work ethic. Weak people won't do that. They'll tell you it's okay to settle. They'll encourage you to embrace mediocrity and never question the status quo. But here's the truth. Excellence does not come from comfort. Excellence is born from discomfort, struggle, and the pursuit of the impossible. You need people who will remind you of that constantly. People who will make you uncomfortable in the best possible way. People who will demand more from you. Weak people will never make you uncomfortable. They will keep you in your nice, cozy bubble where nothing changes and growth is stunted. You need to seek out individuals who are stronger than you. People who push you to be better, who hold you accountable, and who challenge you in ways that force you to rise to a higher level. Otherwise, you'll continue to operate at a level far below your potential. Growth happens when you are tested, when you are forced to rise to challenges you didn't think you could face. If you settle for weak people, you settle for weakness in your own life. Weak people will make you question your own worth. When you surround yourself with people who are weak, who lack ambition, and who have little to no direction, you start to internalize their lack of drive. This can be incredibly dangerous for your own mindset. These people are stuck in their own world of limitations and they cannot see beyond their narrow perspective. When you engage with them, you start to question whether you're too ambitious, too driven, too focused. You might begin to feel guilty for striving for more when they're content with mediocrity. You see, weak people are often insecure. They are afraid of failure and even more afraid of success. They are afraid of being judged, of standing out, of challenging the norms. So when they see someone around them who is aiming higher, who is breaking the mold, they react with criticism, doubt, or sometimes even passive-aggressive behavior. They may not consciously try to drag you down, but that's what their insecurity does. It's a subtle form of sabotage. If you let these people's opinions and judgments creep into your mind, you risk losing your edge. You risk becoming just like them, comfortable with complacency, afraid to take risks, and hesitant to go after what you truly want. This is how weak people corrupt your self-perception. They make you question whether you're worth the effort. They make you wonder if you're being too extreme in your desires. But here's the truth. You are worth the effort. You are worth the struggle. You are worth the sacrifice. And if anyone in your life makes you doubt that, they have no place in your journey. In a world where everyone seems to be on a quest for validation, you must find your value within yourself. If you listen to weak people, you start seeking validation from the wrong sources, sources that will only diminish you. You don't need validation from anyone who isn't striving for something greater. You need validation from within. You need to know your worth, and you need to surround yourself with people who can see that worth too. Weak people are comfortable with mediocrity. Mediocrity is the killer of all dreams. It's the silent, subtle poison that seeps into your soul and slowly destroys your ability to dream, to aspire, and to take action. Weak people are perfectly fine with mediocrity. They are fine with just getting by. They have no vision, no fire in their belly to achieve something extraordinary. They are content with a life of average outcomes, of low expectations, and of never stepping out of their comfort zone. When you're constantly surrounded by people who are content with mediocrity, it becomes harder and harder to break free from it. You start to think that maybe this is the way it's supposed to be. Maybe success isn't for you. Maybe you should just be happy with where you are. This kind of thinking is dangerous because it saps your energy, it stops your progress, and it keeps you stuck in a life that's far beneath your potential. Mediocrity breeds stagnation. It teaches you to settle. It teaches you that good enough is good enough. But good enough will never be enough. To be extraordinary, to make a true impact in this world, you need to aim higher than just good enough. You need to chase after excellence, to constantly push yourself to be better than you were yesterday. Mediocrity is a prison, and the longer you stay in it, the harder it becomes to escape. Weak people will happily keep you in that prison, telling you it's okay to stay, telling you there's no need to reach for the stars. But I'm telling you today, don't settle for mediocrity, aim for greatness. Surround yourself with people who will make you uncomfortable, who will push you to be your best, who will force you to climb higher than you ever thought possible. Mediocrity will never get you to the top. Excellence will. Weak people are afraid of taking risks. Risk is a part of success. No great achievement ever came from playing it safe, from staying in your comfort zone. The most successful people in the world have all taken risks, huge risks, because they understood that without risk, there can be no reward. Weak people, on the other hand, are terrified of risk. They avoid it like the plague. They want guarantees. They want certainty. They want safety. This fear of risk can hold you back in ways you can't even imagine. When you're around people who avoid risk at all costs, they start to influence your own decision-making. You'll find yourself second-guessing the bold moves you were once ready to take. You'll hesitate, you'll procrastinate, you'll convince yourself that maybe it's not worth the risk after all. And before you know it, opportunity passes you by, and you're left wondering what could have been. Successful people, on the other hand, know that risk is not something to fear. It's something to embrace. It's the gateway to the next level. The bigger the risk, the bigger the reward. Weak people will keep you from seeing that. They'll keep you playing it safe. They'll make you question the very decisions that will catapult you to success. Surround yourself with people who take calculated risks, who see the opportunities where others see dangers, who encourage you to take bold steps, even if it means failure, because failure is part of success. If you're not failing, you're not pushing hard enough. And if you're not pushing hard enough, you'll never reach your full potential. Weak people are victims of their own circumstances. Weak people are constantly blaming their circumstances for their lack of success. They blame the economy, they blame their upbringing, they blame their bosses, they blame everyone but themselves. They live in a world of excuses. They never take responsibility for their actions or their failures. They expect the world to hand them success on a silver platter, and when it doesn't happen, they sulk and make. This victim mentality is one of the most dangerous things you can adopt. When you start blaming external factors for your lack of progress, you give away all your power. You give away your ability to change your own fate. You stop taking ownership of your life and your choices. Instead of focusing on what you can control, you focus on things you cannot change. In contrast, successful people don't blame their circumstances. They take full responsibility for their outcomes. They look at every situation as an opportunity to learn, to grow, to adapt. They don't whine, they don't complain, they take action. If you surround yourself with people who are always playing the victim, you will adopt the same mentality. You'll start blaming external circumstances for your failures instead of looking in the mirror and realizing that you are the one who must change. Take responsibility for your life. Take responsibility for your decisions. Take responsibility for your outcomes. And surround yourself with people who do the same. Weak people will never take responsibility. They will always find someone or something else to blame. Weak people are always looking for validation. Weak people are constantly seeking validation from others. They need approval, they need praise, they need people to tell them that they're doing well, that they're on the right track. And if they don't get that validation, they falter. They second guess themselves, they lose confidence. They become paralyzed by the need for others to reassure them. In order to succeed at the highest level, you need to be immune to the need for validation. You need to learn how to trust yourself, how to believe in your own decisions, and how to keep going even when no one else believes in you. You cannot build anything of substance if your confidence is dependent on external approval. Weak people look to others to tell them they're doing okay. Successful people don't care about that. They know they're doing what needs to be done, and they trust their own judgment. They don't wait for a pat on the back. They move forward regardless of who's watching or who's applauding. The key to success is understanding that you must validate yourself. You must believe in yourself when no one else does. You must keep going when everyone else tells you to stop. And to do that, you need to surround yourself with people who are also self-validated. People who don't need approval to keep moving. They only look forward. Weak people keep you stuck in the past. The past can be a powerful motivator if you use it as fuel to propel you forward. But when you surround yourself with weak people, you end up stuck in the past. Weak people are nostalgic. They live in a time that no longer exists. They talk about how things used to be better, how they once had potential, how they once achieved something, but now they're stuck. This kind of thinking keeps you chained to the past. It keeps you from evolving, from growing, and from creating the future that you deserve. Instead of looking forward, they keep you looking back. They want you to dwell on what happened, not what could happen. To be successful, you need to let go of the past. You need to create a vision for the future. You need to surround yourself with people who are looking forward with excitement, who are building new things, who are taking action today to shape their tomorrow. Don't let weak people hold you back from your future. Weak people are always seeking shortcuts. In the world of success, there is no room for shortcuts. There is no magic pill that will instantly take you from mediocrity to greatness. Success is earned through relentless effort, hard work, and the ability to stay the course when the going gets tough. Weak people, however, are always on the lookout for shortcuts. They want the results without putting in the time, energy, or discipline required to achieve them. They'll tell you that there's an easier way, a quicker route, or some hack that will get you there faster. But here's the truth. Shortcuts lead to failure. They lead to incomplete knowledge, half-baked results, and long-term disappointment. When you take shortcuts, you compromise the foundation on which your success is built. You end up skipping critical lessons, cutting corners, and avoiding the struggle that leads to true mastery. And this is exactly what weak people do. They avoid the struggle because they are afraid of failure. They want immediate gratification without realizing that true success comes from mastering the process, the grind, the repetition, the long hours, the sacrifice. Surrounding yourself with people who are constantly searching for shortcuts will make you start believing that shortcuts are the answer. But they are not. The only way to truly win is to work harder, smarter, and longer than anyone else. This requires discipline, consistency, and the ability to put in the effort every single day, even when no one is watching. People who are weak are often more than happy to avoid this and will drag you down with them if you let them. They will encourage you to take the path of least resistance, and that's a path that leads nowhere. If you want real success, stop looking for shortcuts. Embrace the grind, embrace the journey. Find people who are committed to doing the work, who understand that nothing worth having comes easily. People who see the value in mastering the process, even when it's hard. It's these people who will make you better. It's these people who will challenge you to push through the difficult times and stay committed to the long-term goals. Weak people will distract you from your purpose. The world is full of distractions. Every day you are bombarded by thousands of pieces of information, requests, demands, and people vying for your attention. Distractions can come in many forms, but one of the most insidious forms is people themselves. Weak people who have no clear purpose or direction in life will try to distract you from your purpose. They will pull you into their drama, their complaints, their endless talk about how life isn't fair and why things aren't working out for them. They will take up your precious time and energy with their issues, leaving you distracted, unfocused, and off track from your own goals. If you allow these distractions to invade your life, you will lose sight of what truly matters. You'll find yourself entangled in problems that aren't yours to solve, in conversations that don't move you forward, and in relationships that drain you. Weak people will constantly pull you in different directions, hoping to draw you into their world of confusion and doubt. And if you're not careful, you will find yourself wasting time, energy, and mental space on things that don't serve your ultimate purpose. It's crucial to stay focused. You must have a clear, unwavering vision of what you want to achieve, and you must protect that vision with everything you have. People who lack purpose or direction will try to take you off course. They'll present you with opportunities that sound tempting, but ultimately lead nowhere. They'll invite you into their problems, ask for help with their issues, and tell you their sob stories. And if you let them, you will lose your ability to stay focused on what really matters: your success, your growth, and your legacy. The lesson here is simple. Protect your purpose at all costs. If someone doesn't align with your vision or your goals, then they don't belong in your circle. They will only distract you, confuse you, and pull you away from your true path. You need people who understand your mission, who support your goals, and who will push you forward. Surround yourself with people who help you stay focused, who encourage you to keep moving, and who won't allow themselves to be a distraction to your greater purpose. The message is clear, ladies and gentlemen. Weak people are toxic. They will drain you, hold you back, and sabotage your success in ways you may not even realize. They are the dream killers, the ambition quashers, and the creators of doubt and fear. If you want to be great, if you want to break through to the highest levels of achievement, you cannot afford to be surrounded by weakness. In order to rise, you must seek out those who challenge you, who push you, who refuse to let you settle for less than your best. You need people who will hold you accountable, people who will force you to be uncomfortable, people who will remind you of your greatness when you forget. You need strength around you, not weakness. You need people who believe in action, who understand that there is no substitute for hard work, and who are committed to their own success just as much as you are committed to yours. The path to greatness is not easy, and it will never be paved by weak people. So make the choice today. Cut the dead weight, remove the distractions, build your circle with individuals who will push you, who will make you better, and who will never allow you to fall into mediocrity. The life you want to live is yours for the taking, but only if you are willing to refuse weakness at every turn. Now go and rise.